Hello everybody, welcome. I currently had a mouthful of boba. Sorry to be rude. It went a little quicker than I was expecting it to. Not that this is a product review channel, but just because I had a product, and I'm gonna review it. Oh, Bubba! There you go, Bubba. Up on the bed. Yes, he's a comfy, cute Bubba. Yes, he's an adorable Bubba. Okay. What I just had was Joyba, a bubble tea, mango. Okay, that's where the taste is coming from. Mango passion fruit green tea. I'm gonna say it costs. I'm playing in the dark. Oh, it only costs 99 cents. Okay, then yeah, it was a fine product then. But Joyba from Ollie's here in our local area. We went on a day yesterday. It was Bear Beater, it was Forget Me Not. We had us a grand old time. At times we did break the rule, we split the party, but we all ended up coming together in the end. Forget Me Not and I checked out the Gabes, and Bear Beater went over to, sorry, I'm having to remember people's names without doxing people. But Bear Beater went over to Ollie's for the first half to get what we needed to grocery-wise, and we went over, Forget Me Not and I went over to the other one, where I expressed to her how terrible things are, and she expressed true worry because she had not even heard of AI outside of, it's a friend. And I had to be like, no. It was a fun day, I hope, for everybody. And it's just nice having them together and, you know, everybody getting along. Y'all know me, I'd like to build a big old house for everybody. But she came through in the clutch. Took her a little while to get down because of the weird storms moving around through here. I hate to inform her of the fact that those weird storms are kind of like the new normal for our summer storms. I hate it, y'all. I miss the old storms. I'm old, I guess, but it's... Back when I was a youth like y'all, we'd have storms and the like, but it would be like... I'm trying to figure out how does one describe a storm differently than just it rained. But the temperature would drop not quite as fast as they do nowadays, and the wind would blow just as harshly, but it was like, because the temperature was dropping slower, it would almost be like, well, like country songs go over, there was a chill in the air. Also, you know, typically the weather would commit to one of two things. Though this was stereotypical of that classic Ed, Edd and Eddy nonsense of when they did an episode where the storm was the comic relief, and just every time Double D would go, summer storms, you can never predict them. And yeah, it would be that kind of thing. It was kind of like that yesterday. But it was fun. We ran around Ollie's, not literally. Checked out stuff. They had cool stuff on sale. Nothing that was in my price range, and apparently even fucking Ollie's is getting hit with the damn tariff costs. Because let's be clear, Ollie's is a good store. I'll say it. It's cheap. You're not gonna win any fucking popularity contests with the ultra wealthy douchebags shopping at Ollie's. You're not gonna get the chic, cutting edge. But you know what you'll get? You'll get what they're offering. By that I mean there's no pomp, there's no, oh, buy this, it's the best product you've ever bought. You'll fucking punch your mama when you see it, it's so wonderful. No, it's, hey, need a hammer? Here's a hammer. Here's a mallet. Here's some random fucking construction shit that nobody else wanted. But if you want it, it'll cost you half of what it would have cost them. And I love it. I genuinely love going there. I genuinely, amongst all the cheap garbage and hidden treasure, I find my peace. I find my people. And now, y'all, I'm never going to devolve into one of those, hey, y'all, come look at my Ollie's haul. Though I tried that a couple times with Michaels and Ollie's collectively back when, you know, we weren't in a state of utter recession. Heading quickly towards the Great Depression 2.0. Don't privatize all our stuff. That's how things crash. If it's run by the government, it might not be perfectly efficient, but you know what it'll do? It'll fucking run. When you need to, damn it. I did not mean to make a wooden one. Fuck it. When you need your fucking Medicaid, sorry kids, I'm really working on my language, y'all. I realize that at least 10% of my audience are kids now. Thank you, Minecraft. I don't hate you kids, I need to take special care when I know there might be a kid that wanders into the audience where, like, again, I will never slur, but y'all, let's be clear, I cuss a lot. Now, I remember when I was like, well, I could babysit my nephew if I was up there. Yeah, but if you babysit him, he'll also come away with fun new words, some of which will be curse words that no one else knows. That's my special talent. I'll teach you curse words from around the world. But yeah, we had a lot of fun on the day out. And we didn't die. Though it is kind of scary getting driven by Johnny Cab. I'm making fun of her. I love Zoe. I love Forget-Me-Not. She's a wonderful creator and all that. And Zoe isn't also her, like, Zoe is not also her institution name, so I think I'm safe using her nickname because only her closest friends will know who the fuck I'm talking about. And I love her, but she is very much Barbie in the sense of, okay, where are we going? Okay, we're going to go to Frog's Liquor Store. That's Toad's. Okay, Toad's Liquor Store is where we're going. Okay. And she gets ready to type it in the GPS. I'm like, no, I can tell you, it's just up the road. It's literally 2 turns. I know, but she adjusted to taking direction, which is fine. If she had wanted to use just the map, that's fine. But y'all gotta understand, Bear Beater is of an age. And I am of an... We basically made a generational sandwich. Because Bear Beater is older. He's technically a boomer, I guess. He's a secret boomer, because if he dyed his hair, you'd never know he was a boomer. Very smart, but he keeps up with the times and shit, you know. He's not going to be one of those that, oh, you know, he's not going to aw shucks you, because he actually keeps up with shit. And the few times that he has aw shucks to me, it's been so few I can't remember. I've aw shucksed him more than he's aw shucksed me. So we had Zoe, who was younger than me by a little bit. We had Bear Beater, who was a little bit older than me. And then me in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. And yeah, it was just fun seeing the clashes of various time periods and teaching methods, I guess. Because again, Bear Beater, if he needs to go somewhere, he Googles it, he looks at the map, he looks at the directions, and then he's ready to go. He might make a printout of both if he feels like it's brand new route or a route he ain't done in a long, long time. Me, I use the GPS if I have no idea where I'm going. If I got an idea of where I'm going, it's all landmarks. It's like heading to the Ollies. For me, it's, okay, heading to Cartersville proper, then turn like you're going to be trying to go up towards the main, then go to the water company, and Ollie's is right there next to the water company. It's all landmarks. If I ran into a, hey, neighbor, I'm new to the area, how do I get here? I would be almost useless. It would be, okay, do you know, what do you know? Where do you know what you know? And that's why I hate the current age we're in, because because I'm not going to say we lived in, like, wherever Bob's Burgers was made at. I wish we did. Y'all, can I tell you the heaven I would... Okay, honestly, I would think I'd died if I came up in a town and it's like, every fucking shop is an actual, like, mall or paw shop, and each one has its own unique little cute punny name. I would love that. I would also assume I had died. 'Cause, y'all. But we did used to have, like, the roller rink, the bowling alley. We had things. Now it's all just... I need to make fires. We had things. Now it's all just businesses. And most of them are very uninteresting businesses. Vape store, liquor shop, church. Church, vape store, liquor shop, box store. Hardware store, church, vape shop. Liquor store, liquor store, liquor store. They plant them little fuckers like groups in a row, you know? What do I need to make a fire, and what do I have? I need to make more glass for some of this sandstone. Also, sorry for not coming back yesterday, y'all. I had planned on it, but honestly, through the storms, through us all just hanging out, getting stuff in, carrying Shifu about, all that, I was very tired. I literally came in, grabbed a quick shower, picked up the cat's businesses and the dog's businesses that had happened, did a little bit of a wipe, and then just fell the fuck out. I literally crashed out on the couch. Went to sleep watching season 1 last disc of The Magician. I do not need to waste coal if I can help it. But Ollie's had some real cool shit. A lot of their sales have gone up, and honestly their prices are still not bad. Understand you're buying the stuff that nobody, and I do mean nobody else, wanted. Because that's basically what Ollie's is. It's a Piggly Wiggly, it's all the common items from like your Walmarts or other things that don't sell but aren't broken. They end up rolling off to Ollie's eventually. Ditto for all the other stores. It's why you can find things like, I wouldn't vote for a rapist hats. But you'll also find those right next to Biden and Kamala chew toys for your dog. So it's one of those places that's fun to go to just because you never know what you're gonna find. Also, they have, like I said, real good prices on, like, bare bone shit, hammers, mallets, those little hanging pieces, framework. They've always got tile, hardwood, carpeting. They've got all sorts of shit in Ollie's. I'm gonna upload a little short of our day yesterday, and it's a very little short. Mostly gonna be, like, art projects. Come here, Banshee. But yeah, it was a fun day overall. Now, what else do I need? Do I have logs in here? I do not. I need to go get logs. And then Zoe and I went to Gabe's, which is basically Ollie's, but it's where all the bougier stores dump their shit instead of just being the, like, ma and pa stops. And I'll admit it, y'all, I almost gave in to that capitalist devil. I had to fight him. I had to fight him for real, though. Because it was like, I was literally, the theme of the day yesterday was trying to almost browbeat into Zoe the whole, but the AI is fun. No, it is not. It is Skynet. It will kill you. But I like AI. It's sharing literally everything you tell it to the government. But it can't be that bad. It has convinced 3 people to kill. That was the whole motif. That and don't trust the capitalist devils. Don't trust the evil capitalist overlords. They are not your friends. They are not friends that are selling you things. They are just slave owners and masters. And as I'm on this whole anti-capitalist, buy it used, buy it from thrifts, buy it from friends kick, in Gabe's, I see the devil. The devil came in the form of a squishmallow. Now, y'all, like I said when I was explaining to her, my biggest bitch about the current generational thing is nothing against y'all. You weren't taught. It's our fault as millennials for giving you fucking collections rather than hobbies. Now, again, let me be absolutely clear. Hannah, I'm not atting you, my girl. The Blu-ray collection that Hannah Reloaded, for example, I'm going to make windows there. But the Blu-ray collection that Hannah Reloaded has, that is a collection. She has old films. She has films that you should never watch. Because I think she said she has the Serbian film, as well as Birth of a Nation. And yeah, Birth of a Nation, movie that if you get the chance to own, don't buy it from anyone that would sell it to you, for fuck's sake. Birth of a Nation is the first movie that ever aired in the White House, one of the first movies in the United States, and it should be a condemnation factor of it, but it's also a movie where black folks take over a town and then the Klan saves the day from the evil black folks. You heard me. You fucking heard me. If you get a chance to own it, it's one of those you should definitely own it, or definitely get it, because it's super fucking rare. But it's one of those things you put in a box at the back of your bookshelf like you do the Girls Gone Wild or something. It's more of a, wow, I can't believe we did this. Not a, you put it on the DVD shelf next to the Disney Lilo and Stitch and Marvel collection. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, right? For the record, for anyone who is uneducated in the 90s or in the early aughts, I put that in the wrong place, but in the 90s or the early aughts, Girls Gone Wild was just that. It was fucking wild. They should not have been able to do that. What if a camera crew goes to college towns and preys on drunk and vulnerable women of any age? Because that's what sunk them at Girls Gone Wild, actually. But basically, they would go to college frat towns and parties and things like that, and where children were, and I call them children, young adults really, were having fun and blowing off steam, something that y'all really gotta do. I mean, it's, you can't just be Republicans, you know what I mean? You can't just be stowed up jackasses all the time. You gotta, girls wanna have fun. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta have something to enjoy yourselves with. Children, if I have to get up and break this up, you will not like it. Stop your nonsense. Stop your nonsense now. I might have to break away for a second, y'all. If I do, I apologize. My kids are choosing to misbehave. Y'all gonna be good? I mean it. Alright. They settling down in there. It's the brothers. The brothers fight a lot. But they never do any real damage, thankfully. But what I was saying, oh yes, they'd go to college towns where ladies were blowing off steam and dudes were blowing off steam, and they would give basically any lady who would give them attention a free t-shirt and money for alcohol if they showed them their tits. And I hear you young males in the audience, well, what's the harm in that? I hear you, and honestly, if it's an adult woman, no harm at all. Y'all want to have fun flashing your tits? Have at it. I also don't have a problem with dudes flashing Johnson. As long as you're in, you know, everybody here's an adult, everybody here's having fun, we're all having a good time. Y'all want to flash? Flash, who cares? But when there might be kids around, when, you know, there's a certain level of decorum I expect. Because, again, y'all, it's nothing against y'all kids. It's just kids deserve to be protected. Period. Point blank. I'll go 10 toes down, die on this hill. I don't think kids should ever have to feel unsafe, personally. And for the record, I'm not saying that as a horn toot. I think that should be the standard. All people should basically be like that. They're not, but they should. I also got some seeds because Ollie's had, the spring sales were over, so they're hopefully very soon gonna have a whole bunch of like dirt and seeds, and y'all, my time is coming. I just gotta save for it, but my time is coming. We also have a new kitten. By that I don't mean us, I mean the neighborhood has a new kitten. They're adorable. They look almost like my Ronin, but they have both their eyes. They have the turtle shell pattern, which to me means it's a white base on the bottom, up the legs, even up past the bends of the arms, because I guess cats are all legs, but past the bend of the arms, or the legs. Their belly's white, their arms are white, their paws are black, their entire back is like a black and brown marbling. And I don't know if they have somebody, or if they're just the neighborhood's cat, because I don't see them out and about enough to make me think they ain't got nobody. I think if I had to guess, somebody's got a secret life of pets going on up there, and they got a little escape artist that when they go to bed or they get up and head to work or whatever, the little escape artist gets out and then comes back in before they get back in. Or maybe they're letting their cat play outside. Y'all, I have very mixed feelings about that. Personally, I'm sorry, little one. I don't think you should. I think if you let your cat outside, much like a dog, you should put that baby on a leash and harness setup of some kind. You can train them for it. None of ours appreciate it or want it, but none of ours, other than the feral ones that we've adopted and raised, really want out. And they absolutely will not do it. But they're too old. For cats, it's an age thing. Now, I'm talking from little experience. If you train them, you can train an animal to do just about anything. But training always depends on timing and how you go about doing it. Yeah, it depends on how they go about doing it. Right now, I got a banshee that's just desperate for attention for some reason. And because we love our baby banshee, we'll give him attention while we're also doing our jobs. But it was a fun time to be had. Yeah. But it was a fun time to be had by all yesterday. And yeah, we kind of forgot to take a lot of pictures. Forget-me-not got a few, which I took some of, but it didn't, like, the one picture she got was of me holding Shifu once I had gotten back here, and you just, you know, you get it. What is he, baby? He's the cutest baby ever. By the way, I think that's like, he told us why he voted for Donald Trump because the Democrats are lame and wouldn't let you say words or whatever. God damn it. Well, that ain't too bad. Banshee, honey, I love you, but you're hardly being a good luck charm right now. Ooh, here's an idea. Not that anyone's ever going to hear me in the upper parts of Mojang, but glass tiles, like for the ground. Sort of like they do with the wood and all the other things. But make it out of glass. That way I can make a more effective roof. Why the random... it's been a dude, hasn't it? Enderman. Been an Enderman up here. Okay, I finally ran out of shovels.
Let's move on to some of that news on deportations and citizenship. So late last week, a federal judge in California said, hey, ICE, you can't just grab people off the street for being brown or working at a car wash. Probable cause is a thing, you know, the Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, all this stuff. So we're kind of like waiting to see how much of that they are going to ignore and how brazenly they're going to ignore it.
I don't know where we stand now with nationwide injunctions. I mean, this is for Southern California, but yeah.
Right, you can only say that they weren't allowed to do the thing that they did to these people, but they can do it to future people, whatever. It's not an injunction, it's just like, here's how you're operating in an area that's clearly illegal. Tom Homan, the borders czar, Christine Noem, DHS Secretary, deflected on this. Tom Homan shifted over a period of days.
Frustrating.
Yeah, at first he was like, yeah, we're gonna go out there, we're right for whatever you look like and whatever.
Trying to just say the way you look is probable cause. The color of your skin is probable cause.
But then yesterday he said my words were taken out of context. That can't be the only thing. He said the way you look can't be the only thing to generate probable cause. Where you're working can't be the only thing. Well, and his example was like, well, if you got MS-13 written across your face, we're going to take a look at you. I wish the interviewer had asked how many of the people that you detained have MS-13 written across the face. What percent? The context for all of it is this is coming days after a massive raid at a farm or a series of farms. The most prominent of
It's been a fairly nice day, I'd say. I got some cleaning to do. Like I said, I got a full day ahead of me today, too. It is the wake-up, after all. And I wonder, does it... I mean, I know somebody has to own the property for this fucking song, but I wonder if they made it open to where, like, I could own it for a little bit. I would like to, like, you know, give it more edited content, and maybe when I drop these videos, have that one short sound. Hey, come on, you lazy wake up. Hey, come on, bang your drums. Hey, come on, you lazy wake up. I would like to have that as like a little opener song sometimes, you know? Just as a little treat. Not every day, but just, you know, as a little treat. Maybe even take the time to draw out a few and do a little bitty sketch 2 comic of, like, I don't know, Minecraft characters running around or Saints Row characters running around. I mean, like I said, I'm hardly ever going to be a proper company with a capital C. I can't do that. I don't know, I don't see that being a good option. But I would like to do something more than what I'm doing, and I could do it. I just got to take the time to draw it. I mean, honestly, if I took the time to find the technology, I could easily just sketch it onto the computer and then use that to recreate the image I drew a few times, and then just slightly edit each image that way. I don't know. Like I said, this is how new projects are formed, and this is how old projects get put on back burners. I don't want to do that too much.
Like, if we're going to do it, maybe go after the people running the business that is exploiting the child labor and do it in every state. Like, if that's what your push is going to be, because it doesn't seem like you give a shit. It's just a bad faith argument of like, well, here's why it's good. The conditions that they have put people in, like, what do you expect? There are people who have been kidnapped while they are working at one of their food carts on the street, and then the next day their U.S.-born 14 or 15-year-old son is out there working the cart because the parent has been taken away and they need to make money. Their policies and Democrat policies over the years, sure, have, like, facilitated what's going on. And now in, you know, in other states, in Tennessee and in Arkansas and wherever else, they say, oh, well, kids need to be able to work hard at McDonald's or whatever, and then they just...
That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Anyone that thinks kids need to work in fast food is fucking stupid. They don't understand what fast food is what it is, kids. Because I'm sorry, but you want children to work around machinery that is scalding, scarring hot, and if they don't pay full attention to what they're doing, they're going to get permanent scars. No, kids, I do think y'all should work at some point when you choose to join the workforce, But I think children's first job should be like
The task world judge
taking out trash, perhaps.
13-year-old gets injured working in
Running the registers is great for kids. Things like not very labor-intensive, not very dangerous jobs. You know what I mean? That should be what kids are doing, not fucking working in coal mines, working in fucking construction. I hate the place we find ourselves in, y'all. And that's why I beg of y'all, let's work together to fix it and make it better. Because it can get better if we work together. And that's the only way it will ever get better, y'all. No system ever self-fixes. Even the Earth, it doesn't self-fix. It just goes with whatever flow we give her.
Basically, to get away from him, she is not giving up her U.S. citizenship. She's going to become a dual citizen, which is a thing that exists. And she said, I'm seriously looking at taking away Rosie O'Donnell's, and thus any American U.S. citizenship. A thing he can't do, has no legal mechanism to do, but they don't care about that. They'll just say that's what they're doing, and then you're in self death, right?
We all know that the Supreme Court clears a way for people to be sent to other countries from random places, but now there's an internal ICE memo where that is the plan, to deport people wherever.
And he has, I think this was in reporting in Rolling Stone, he doesn't much care about the legal anything. He just goes to his advisors. He says, I want to do this, make it happen. Then once he can do that, anyone who criticizes him, you're not a citizen anymore because of national security. You live in, and then throw a dart at the map on the wall, right? He wants unchecked authoritarian power. It's very clear. He's very open about it. A bunch of stuff is either kind of softening it or saying, oh, it's just a joke, or saying, yes, that's what he wants and it's good. I think those are the kind of the two places we're at now. Newsmax, he wants that and it's good. It's good for Republican presidents at this one specifically to have unchecked power. And then, there's WashingtonPost.com, and it's not like there's not news there, because there's tons of news. Trump is giving more weapons to Ukraine and ramping up pressure on Putin. And there's stories about Camp Mystic waited over an hour to evacuate after receiving life-threatening flood alert. So I'm not saying that the media is not covering news, but I think there is a fundamental lack of driving scandals that would be scandals in any other administration. That they would still report on this stuff, but Biden's cognitive ability would be the top headline. The U.S. president threatening to take away anyone's U.S. citizenship because he feels like it needs to run at the top for days.
Because right now, people don't even know, maybe they've heard it out of seen it, a headline out of the corner of their eye, but they haven't seen the follow-up. They think, oh, that's a sensational headline, but that's misleading. There's no way he actually could. If people say that long enough, well, it's too late now, he's too late.
It's gradual, right? You do it one step at a time, so it's normalized, but this is happening
Oh,
when children
hello,
die in a
Pokemew.
flood, they refuse to look in his direction.
Which shader?
It's
I have no idea actually. I'm just using the bare basics.
across the country.
The game got a facelift here recently, and I believe that's what you're noticing. Honestly, I don't know how you feel about it, Pokemew, but I really love the new look to Minecraft. It's not a new game. It's the exact same game it's always been, but it just looks so much cleaner. I don't know. I kind of, not to give a lot of credit to the Minecraft movie there, but I gotta give credit to the Minecraft movie if it's what inspired to give the place dynamic lighting. So admittedly, I kind of don't dig how, I don't know, the darkness was never an issue before. You plant, or you put 3 torches down and everything's brightly lit. Now I kind of need to boost up the light. Or what I've been doing to counter it, building with a lot of glass. But, oh, you're already gone. Well, I thank you for stopping by. I'm always happy to make new friends, and at least in the online world of video games, I try to consider everybody a friend and or a rival. That might change once I start doing fighting games, but I doubt it. Y'all, to be clear, the only reason, one, I don't do fighting games is, hot take, Mortal Kombat isn't that great. I mean, it's not bad, clearly people like it, I just don't like the button delay. And I get some people are going, oh, but that's the point, you have to use strategy to hit the right, it's like, I get what you're saying, I ain't into it. It's like how DDR, or Dance Dance Revolution, was such a big trend for a while. It's nothing against it, I mean, you can enjoy it, it's a cool game, and it's a good workout, but just not for me, you know? But I do love the dynamic lighting. Now I get to play with shadows. And I'm working on making, like, a way to do a clock of some sort. But I'd say we're doing pretty good for day 43. What we got? We got stairs. We got 2 more stairs. Let's go make some stairs. Alright, that should be a good start. Yeah, the Jubilee video is very depressing. Let's get depressed together. Because, my God, y'all, it's... Y'all. Fascists are not cool. I hate to say it, but I think we should have kept the punch-a-Nazi trend as a real thing, and just used violence to respond to their overwhelming violence. Because I'm very confused.
the Reagan appointed judge sentenced to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally dangerous. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez who got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck. The judge said he was a one-man warning. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal?
I would say no, it doesn't make him pro-criminal. I did not say that. I said that one pardon they get somebody.
There's 1,600 pardons. 600 of those were
One example that you just gave.
I can give you more.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine. And I'll do the exact same thing every single day.
Like, I mean, the hard part about fascism is it is not a logical conclusion. It's like the end outcome of power means tribalism. And it's very difficult to actually debate or debate against, because like I just think I'm better than because I am a certain particular kind of person, and I have the power to turn over the government. It's just like it's fascinating to watch this exercise, because I feel like you're trying to use the weapon of logic against a group of people who have foregone logic entirely.
Yeah. That's why, like, race realism, for example, is a really important tool for a lot of these guys, because it's like it's a failed scientific justification for like inferiority and superiority.
Okay, I'll give them something to play with for a bit.
The extreme level of like fascist racist politics is like trying to justify it, trying to logic your way into these positions, even though the positions themselves are completely ridiculous and illogical. Yeah.
Go for it then.
Okay, Shane Daniels, so 7 years in prison for 9 criminal offenses, attacking police with a deadly weapon.
Right. How do pardons that probably shouldn't have happened turn into pro-crime?
Sure, but
How are you stupid enough to say that? Oh, hello, I was not talking to any of y'all. Hello, Crow Hater. Oh, I thank you. No, I'm currently watching the craziest Jubilee video ever featuring Mehdi Hassan from Hassan Daily, and oh, they're already gone. I don't care. For the future people, genuinely, how can you be that dumb when someone says, this was what the dude who was questioning him said. Well, how can you be pro-crime if all he did was pardon criminals and those pardons were kind of questionable? Okay, what part of pardons do you not understand? Because to pardon a crime means that you have said that, by your standards, is not a crime. So, and I'm not questioning the validity of the crime here, I'm just saying, are we allowed as people to walk out here and stomp on police officers' hands and heads and arms as they're trying to, like, okay, say I'm walking down the street and Officer Friendly falls over. Can I just run over there and start stomping the shit out of his head and his arms for funsies? No, of course not. That's at very best assault and possibly attempted murder once you start stomping about their head, because that kills people, Carl. But beyond that, dude was like attacking people with flagpoles, shooting cops and other fucking rioters with pepper spray. We should not allow these actions. These are illogical and very dangerous actions that can lead to people getting hurt. Now, do I think that the dude who was pepper spraying the cops should have gotten 12 years in prison? Debatable. That depends on the merits of the case. But either way, it shouldn't have been he was on my side, pardon him. That's open on its face. Just, how can you ask, how is this true? It's why I don't debate Nazis. I just tell them to fuck off and die. We debate people who are reachable here. As I said, no one on the internet is an enemy of mine. We are all friends here. But at the same time, if you come at me with some stuff, I'm gonna come at you with logic. If you come at my logic with nonsense, I'm gonna get frustrated, and that's why I can't debate Nazis, because that's what 90% of their arguments come off to in my ears is, wow, that's stupid. Why do you think that's a good point? Because like old boy, Mehdi Hassan was going on, well, I'm an immigrant. Most humans' response would be, oh, well, I don't think that all immigrants should be here still, but it's nice that you would be cordial. The dude that Mediasan is debating just, oh, then get the fuck out. And I'm like, how do you exist as more than a caricature? Because, sir, you're being like, I've known Nazis that would be less of a caricature than you because they have a degree of, like, self-reflection. Honestly, I hope they're no longer Nazis, because these are people that I knew back in the day that, you know, wasn't friends with them, but I knew they existed, and they would be offended by some of these college kids. Don't be like them is all I'm saying. Ideally, don't be Nazis at all, but fuck's sake, apparently there are degrees of Nazis now. Yeah, what am I missing? What am I doing? I don't know what I was doing. I got what I need to drill into the mountain up there and slowly make a pathway. So, let's make a pathway. Oh, good. I don't think Jubilee's a good idea, y'all. The whole videos where one person debates 40 bros, other things. It's entertaining. It can be entertaining, but it's... No one's gonna watch this video and walk away with their mind changed. It's all... Again, phrasing here, but it's all masturbatory. It's all mental masturbation in the sense that if you're a leftist, you're watching this going, oh my god, how is the right so fucking stupid? And if you're on the right, you're watching this going, yeah, own the leftist, yeah, get the lib. And it's, at the end of the day, it's just not productive. If I'm gonna watch something, I want it to be productive. Ah, okay, he's a jughead that thinks that we're at war. Y'all, for the record, we are at a common class war, so to speak. But the idiots that are the meatheads like this one that thinks, honestly, this dude was probably at Charleston is probably what it was, because he just, not to judge people by their looks. We don't judge books by their covers here. But if that cover has a swastika on it without a mark going through it, this dude looks like we would have a fun dance-off. If we're gonna put it in the realm of he. Because, y'all, let's be clear, I'm not a violent person by nature. I try my best to always lead with peace, because pacifism is the best way. But let's be clear, meatheads, if you threaten somebody that I care about, or you try to threaten me, you're threatening somebody that both doesn't care that much about their long-term life, but also that was raised in a violent and isolationist environment. So, I don't want to be bad. I'm not a bad person. I think everyone should try to be good, because we are what we were, but we build upon what we were. And that's why I do my best, other than extreme cases. Now again, you get on here and you be Tim Pool, you be an ableist little bug, and yeah, you're gonna bring out my roasting. I'm gonna start roasting you. But at the end of the day, my roasts are never meant to hurt. You know what I mean? I want to make people laugh. I ideally want people to laugh at themselves, at the ridiculous things we do to each other, and pretend like, you know, we're normal. because we're not. It was like the other day, and I notice because I kind of do this in public, it's a toxic trait of mine, but I'll be having a conversation with my friends, and because I know society be full of people that want to say shit but are bitches about it, I talk at this volume at all times. For one, I don't really whisper. And if you bring someone up in front of us and it's like, hey, can you believe that person? Oh, what, that one there looks like that person? That one right there? Yeah, let's talk about them. It's also why I don't, a lot of the more snaky people, the snaky ones. Yeah, I'm gonna play with S's, I guess. But either way, people like that, they don't tend to like me because I'll keep your secret if you, like, confide a secret. But if you just be a chatty Cathy, honey, we don't need that. That shit's detrimental to the cause.
So I have some stake in the okay? But sure. A little different during the set of the member.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know very Native American. I am Native American. Whites are Native American.
Okay, we do need to watch Gangs of New York as a culture. Because no, I would not classify white folks as Native Americans. Also, I would absolutely love to be able to be in one of these debates with one of these meatheads, to just be able to keep telling them, now calm down, sir. Now calm down, buddy. Because you want to know the one thing that I found sets off a racist piece of shit and sends them into a tailspin real quick? Tell them very calmly, as angry as they're getting and as violent as they try to get towards you, just don't, now calm down, buddy. No intimidation, no fear, just calm down, buddy. I like Mediazon. Also, thank you, Pro Hater. I'm trying to get better with names here, because y'all do work hard on your names, and you deserve to have your name said right, especially if you're being nice enough to show up and say hi. But I am still learning, you know?
my point is, okay, nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these people are criminals. I'm trying to stay on track.
Mm.
Ask me where I'm from. I think you do know what's coming to public and find that. But because I mentioned, I'm just wondering what it has to do with crime. Surely, we're going to talk about immigration. Don't worry, later on you can come back. I hope so. Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime. He's pro-criminal. A round of applause. I can probably get another one actually if I ask for it. Wow. So I don't think I'm just going to get around. Yeah, he got a bunch of raisins in a room to agree with him. Big dude. Of course, you sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That will make you feel good. You know what? I'm 20 people who agree with you. Apologizing. Outraged right wow, now. This is
See, there's also the dude, bro. Oh, you mad, bro? Oh, you mad, bro? Bro, that doesn't... Yeah, you said something incredibly stupid. Why wouldn't I be kind of upset with your stupid point? I don't understand how you mad, bro became an argument for I won. I also don't understand the people that pop in and pop out. I mean, I get it. But I'm just, where are y'all coming from? Is my video popping through on your shorts feed? Or are you just seeing a Minecraft build? Like I said, I don't want to ever pop up in someone's feed if they don't want to see me. Same as I wouldn't want to, like, you know, pop up on someone's TV while they're flipping through channels and all they hear is, God! Something like that, you know? It'd bring back that old, when I was a child and watching any anime at all on television. Whenever nobody's around. Proper Japanese, not just me making mouth noises. I can't speak proper Japanese. But you know what I mean? Big, dramatic dialogue scenes. The moment my mother walks nearby, the fucking, the anime maiden would be on the television. It would be, oh good. Hey, what are you watching in there? I promise it's not what you think. That's just the way they talk for whatever reason. Also, I hate when the racists go, let's be respectful. Because it's always after they've done something racist and stupid and you start to just dog walk them that they're, no, let's be respectful. Oh yeah, I do think eventually history will look back on Trump as like, it'll be a moment in our history that gets looked at extensively just because, wow. I mean, again, we've had racist outreachers before. We've had amazingly racist, terrible people. But they were never embraced. America has straight up embraced Trump, you know? That's what That's what throws me there. And yeah, I get it. No, not completely. Somebody tried to shoot him once. Yeah, but how quick did that bullet hole go away?
being on the side of power.
Also,
About
hmm.
generally, I think you probably experienced a fair share of it. I did when I was a kid. And more often, like the guys who are around the bully are not there because they generally agree with the bully. They're there because there's a comfort in having a proximity to the most powerful person in the room that they perceive. And most of the time, like if you want to beat a bully, you actually don't try and beat his set piece. What you try to do is you show him to be not as powerful as he thinks, or you disempower him, and then you try and win over the folks around him, like by trying to show them that there's another way. And I just think that like so much of this is just about actually like a comfort with power.
Now see, that's real talk, and that's real good advice. See, the way you beat a bully isn't really by beating them themselves or fighting their seconds. You just show them to be weak and cowardly and to rely on all those people. And then show those people that there is another way. And that's, you know, that's the goal, y'all. Because right now our country's being a bully. And the only way you can beat a bully would be to disprove it. Oh, that hurt his feelings. I would keep prying on that bone. I am Native American. Bro, you are white and you seem like if I drop... You don't seem Native American, friend. You seem very, very European. Yeah, I'd have let my kids around Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer. See, now I would start hitting with it. Calm down now, sir. Calm down. You're getting angry, sir. Yeah, you're a neo-Nazi. Eventually you'll end up in a prison cell someday because you can't control your anger. I get you. So, what's your point? Do I know my America? Yeah, I'm not very proud of it with people like you in it, sir. I would much rather have Honestly, I'd piss this dude off because, truth be told, dude, I'd much rather have the Hispanic father who can't speak a lick of English and relies on his kids to speak for him than have a racist piece of shit like you in my country, sir. Can I deport you to, I don't know, a cave somewhere? Yeah, I know that's a bit of an old insult, but the motherfucker looks and is acting like a Neanderthal. Which, that's wrong and inaccurate, actually. Neanderthal were actually, supposedly, what we can study from their brains and what we've seen in the fossil record, they were pretty caring critters, people, because, well, I mean, one of the bodies we found of one of the Neanderthals that we had, he had broken his femur, and it had had time to heal. Now, I don't know if y'all, let me pause this right quick because I don't want to step on them, but I don't know if y'all know this about it, but the femur's that super long bone in your leg. It's one of the strongest bones in the human body, so this individual probably got it broken by a mammoth hunt or something of that nature, but his femur was broken. Now, y'all, in today's world, if you break your femur, you might die. Not because of the injury, it's just going to cripple you for several, and I can say it that way. I'm not calling anyone that, but it is a condition. And it will cripple you for several months, possibly years, until you get back to where you were at before, if you ever get back to where you were at before. And this individual, back before we even had medicine as we know it today, this individual survived long enough for a femur break to heal completely. Now, could that have happened when he was young enough to where, you know, somebody took him in and all that? Possibly, but at the age that we found the skeleton at, more than likely not, because a child break of a bone will still appear, but it appears more as a crack in the adult bones. It's not real, well, it doesn't look like a crack either. It's like a buildup on the adult bone, because it's already completely healed over, completely set itself back up, and it's no longer, it wouldn't be recognized as a break or a crack like that. Whereas, if you were an adult and had your femur broken, and then it healed up over time, and then you died, natural causes, whatever, after several years after that break, that's what we were seeing on his bone. So this random guy, from best we can tell, basically had someone there to take care of him, to feed him, to make sure that he basically got away from predators, things like that. Because again, this was a very different time period. This wasn't the time of, oh, well, we'll just put you in our tent here and you can hang out here and you'll be safe. No, no, no. This was a time when humans were constantly on the move, because both the land was constantly doing things, but also we were constantly doing things. There were wars. At this time period in the human history, if you came upon a baby and it wasn't your baby, you cracked it open and ate its brains like an egg. I'm hoping I didn't just pop up on someone's TV with that message. But it was the bad times, y'all. It was the harshest times that humanity's ever seen. A time that, again, hopefully we will never ever see again. Because it's been bad here before, y'all. It's been bad a lot before. But we've never been cannibalizing our infants bad yet. That was, like I said, that was back before we would classify these people as they were just the first people. Because they wouldn't even be the indigenous people. They were the before the indigenous peoples. I mean, technically, 20 years ago, we wouldn't have considered them to be peoples. Yeah, got a boat. That should help with the witches. I think we're going to need the arrow. I'm more wanting the bones. There we go. Excellent. Let's go dump some of this dirt off. Dang it. This is what inevitably gets me killed, is rearranging my danged inventory. And then standing here out in the open all exposed while I try to get back to the thing. There we go. Come on.
I don't understand, like, God, conservatives are so spoiled. I wish I could, like, live in a world where, you know, my representatives on my side of politics was giving me a fraction of what I wanted with the same severity that, like, conservatives will offer them everything. It's not like they're running on material change in the positive direction. They're running on tax cuts and deregulation. These guys are too stupid to recognize that that doesn't actually help them in the short term nor in the long term. But, like, they are promising that and they're delivering on that. And then on top of that, it's all culture wars. And they get all of the culture wars.
This is the thing about this. They decoupled the conservative movement from meta. Like, this guy could care less about actual conservative.
And that's where I think MAGA has inevitably eaten the Republicans. Now, you don't have Republicans anymore. If you fall on the conservative side, congratulations, you're now MAGA. That's all that's there now. They ate it. They ate themselves. They cannibalized their party. Because I'm sorry, but Trump would have been the level of libertarian racist that was like, vote for me and you'll be able to own each other again. And believe it or not, y'all, we did have folks like that back in the day. It wasn't when I was old enough to vote. They had all died out by then. But we did have crazy racist folks like that back in the day that would run on the, well, I think the grand old party was correct but outdated, and their civility politics makes it to where we cannot proceed as we should. And if you push the individual, yeah, they were, oh, they're for child brides and for slavery, and they think we had just the right idea before Lincoln. I mean, I know I talk of a bygone era, but that was like the 70s. There were some politicians like that. They were extreme and they were radical left, or in that case, radical right. But that's the same ones as like the radical left ones who believe we should abolish all policing. Because, y'all, for the record, we need a police force. It just needs to be done properly. The reason we need a police force is we're all developing differently, and someone needs to be there to basically help make sure nobody falls in the cracks. You know what I mean? They avoid they mind the gap. But I mean, that's also where I tell y'all we gotta work together to basically constantly. That's why I'm not against the right's constant purity testing, because I consider it to be a thing. Because, y'all, I get called radical because I think we should have empathy for mice, and for spiders, and for insects. But I've studied ecology, y'all. I see that it's all just, it all ties together, and while it's my special interest, so I haven't studied it enough yet, it's one of those, y'all, I want to go back to an America where when I walk into work, I might see a fucking deer. Like a wild deer walking near me because it's just walking, chilling, living its life. I want to see that. And we're never going to see that if we keep destroying the environment. We're just getting worse when we should be improving with our technological advancements. That's where I'm at with it, though, y'all. I think we should be doing much, much, much better than we are. Oh, God. Also, if I could just teach the right wing one thing. It's not even a good thing, y'all. It's just right wing guys. If you can stop bringing your voice up to your nose constantly, like you keep all the pressure when you talk right on here in your sinuses, and it makes you sound really insufferable. Like, just really insufferable, guys. And you don't have to be that way. You can literally just bring that pressure that you put up in your nose and bring it down. Bring it down out of the sinuses. Bring it down into the throat. And if you want to sound like a big bad man, bring that pressure all the way out of the face and like fill the back part of your mouth up with air. Where the throat is. Fill that with a surface of air, and then it'll hit that air and you'll sound like a man. But I'm just begging you to stop talking like you're trying to say it through your face. Because you're not trying to talk through your literal nasal cavity, and it's really quite insufferable to fucking hear. And I can't talk. I mean, is that why y'all are always so angry? Because your sinuses are basically closed? Because hell, just talking like that for a minute, I'm having to sit here and play with my nose like a co-kid to be like, okay, I can breathe again. Good God, y'all. Like I said, that was mean, that was a dig. Some people, you can't, but y'all, we can all control what we sound like a little bit. Now, I will never sound like, Mehdi Hassan. I mean, I could try real hard and I could imitate his voice like a mynah bird, but I would never be Mehdi Hassan, nor would I be Hassan, nor would I be Pedro Pascal. I'm Travis. No, this is Patrick. But at the same time, you know, just don't try to be someone else. You're you. And that's awesome. I wouldn't be against it if we did different prisons, because I personally think that if we did our prisons differently, we wouldn't have as many fascists, because it's a very, very, very stupid way to live. And most people, given the choice, choose not to be stupid. Can I plant this on grass? Oh, I can. Game change. Now we can mark our waterways easier. I thought it had to be sand. It's a whole new world. Guys, is that true? Y'all are actually in the youth demographic, if you're watching this more than likely. Is it true that the neo-Nazis have basically got y'all in a chokehold? Did we lose that hard somewhere? Did we go out to lunch for that long? What happened?
Child sex offenders, no, do you? Okay, so we're both in agreement again. Why do you think Donald Trump
one of your friends was a child sex
You know what
trafficker,
I do?
you'd stop being friends with him.
And I would say,
And then I'd go on TV and I would say, oh look, Mr. Hassan was friends with this guy 10 years ago. Therefore, he's
what if
pro-child
Mr.
sex
Hassan
trafficking.
said, I wish them well when they're on trial? Would you ever go and do that?
Wish your friend well on trial?
Yeah, child sex trafficking.
I would wish someone well, but that's your gotcha. That's your gotcha.
I mean, would you ever let anyone go if they were liberal and they were saying that? No. I don't think you would. I think the only reason why you're saying that right now is because Trump is the one who said it. That's insane.
That's your gotcha that my favorite president wished a prolific sex trafficker of minors well. Excuse me, what is he supposed to do? Break her out of prison? You're gonna find a way to make that seem normal too.
Gotcha.
With
Yeah.
your friend as well.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Great,
what's
great
trying to do right now is
What
you're
about the
trying
fact
to
that
Donald
Elon
Trump.
Musk says his name?
What's his
Oh,
policy?
you want to talk policies?
Yes.
So when he left office in 2020, he left behind the highest murder rate for over 100 years.
He left behind the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most fascinating thing.
No, it's a fact. From the CDC,
And you know what? Here's my fact.
Can I finish the sentence? And then you can come back in.
You're just lying to people. Donald
I'm not
Trump.
lying. Can I finish the sentence?
Donald Trump does not cause the murder rate. Murder is a state.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The activist is more responsible for the murder rate than Donald Trump.
That's hilarious. So Donald Trump's not responsible for murder, but other politicians are Democrats.
Yes, because there was state level laws. That's like saying, no, I'll say Republicans are too. State governors who are soft on crime are the ones that are
Let me
responsible
finish
for
the
murder.
sentence. When Donald Trump left office in 2020, between 2019 and 2020, according to data from the CDC and the FBI, Pew Research.
Oh, God.
What is that? What? I'm sorry. What is peeking out from the corner? At first I was going to make fun of this classic young American conservative bit. But that is correct. Someone said Pringles guy has fallen. Oh my
Pringles
God.
guy has fallen.
They got a magician? They got a magician?
A 30% increase in the murder rate.
Don't make fun of the magician. Look, some of us are very proud of our magician fits. Thank you. Even if we can't do any close-up magic because we suck.
Aren't they responsible for the murder rate? What?
Why did it go up on his watch?
Gee, that's pretty bad.
Wait. Who's doing the murder? Aren't the murderers responsible for the murder? Then why do you care about who governs? Because you're so hyper-individualistic in an effort to defend Donald Trump that, like, policies don't matter at all. And just seemingly, there is no way to I don't know, lower the murder rate.
Okay, y'all, we've been going for about an hour now.
Gone down.
I feel thoroughly wound up. Oh my God, y'all, the state of our world. Be the change, y'all. That's all I'm saying here. Be the change you need to see because they're not playing by the rules anymore. These fuckers are saying it just outright. They want to murder you because you're an immigrant. That they think that you should be dead because you're not from here. Y'all, at this point, aggressively plant the plants. Be the change we gotta see. Don't be like, don't be violent, but at the same time, be ready to respond in kind if someone chooses violence against you. Because I hate it, y'all. I hate to give you that advice. I want to tell you, oh, passivity is the way. But friends, here's something that I gotta say, and I swear it sounds kind of right-wing saying it. I don't mean it that way. But if you're the type of person who is super passive because you can't hurt anything, then honey, you're not passive, you're harmless. Get you some skills under your belt because you will end up needing them in the world we're coming into. But that being said, don't be violent. Don't choose to do the violence. But if it happens, be ready to defend yourself and the ones you love. Because sadly, I've never known anyone that just not choosing violence was enough. Oh, so many of them are still going back to
It's kind
prison.
of crazy that these guys were just like Final Destination style, destined to either die by cop or go back to prison anyway. It's kind of wild. I guess it's not that wild that so many of them were straight up sex offenders and pedophiles when you think about it, really.
I mean, most Trump supporters do have a problem with the word no.
Kind of wild.
Target someone for rebelling against the government that they believe got rigged elections. That's what pardon for. He didn't pardon them for
Like, since they're pardoned, they've gone back to prison. Yes, a lot of J6ers literally were arrested for other charges. A suspicious amount related to CSAM. Isn't that wild? Is that not wild? It's wild to me. Pardoned January 6th rioter on run from solicitation of minor charge arrested. Texas authorities arrest Andrew Take in connection with charges filed before the U.S. Capitol attack. There are a bunch of stories like this. But when you think about it, I guess...
I think we're gonna have to chisel our walkway down by one more.
The Capitol is like almost
Just because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to put the stairs down and go down enough.
Days after Trump's pardon, Indiana man who was pardoned by U.S. President Donald Trump over the U.S. Capitol riot was killed by police during a traffic stop days later. Matthew Huddle, 42, was shot and killed on Sunday when police pulled up his vehicle over. He allegedly resisted and ended up in an altercation with an officer. It remains unclear what he was being arrested for. Police added that Huddle had a firearm in his possession during the traffic stop. January 6th defendant sentenced to life in prison for plotting to kill FBI special agent who investigated him. President Donald Trump's mass pardon of January 6th rioters did not apply to Edward Kelly's separate plot to murder law enforcement officials, the Justice Department said. Houston man pardoned by Trump, arrested on sex traffic charge. Oh, this is Andrew Take. This is the same guy, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, if you're going to be a pedophile, you know, move in silence, right? Like, not giving any tips to pedophiles here, but like, take a struggle, you know? Like, you're a pedophile and you were like, as a pedophile, you're storming the Capitol. It's like you're begging to be gone. I mean, seriously. Alleged U.S. Capitol rioter who heckled police for protecting pedophiles served jail time for statutory rape of 14-year-old girl. January 6th rioter whose case was lost after Trump pardoned arrested on pending weapons charges. Florida man who prosecutors allege attacked police with an explosive device during January 6th assault on the Capitol, whose case was dropped following President Trump's plea with pardon. The computation issued Monday, was arrested on Wednesday on pending federal gun charges, according to court records. Here's at least
Okay, we need to dump out some of this andestine, so I say we go make a tower and jump off of it.
Emily Hernandez pleaded guilty and entered a building in Virginia. Trump's pardon, she was sentenced to 10 years in prison for causing a drunk driving accident in 2022 that killed one person and injured another. According to prosecutors, Ball attacked police officers with an explosive device during the insurrection. He was re-arrested days after Trump's pardon for illegal gun possession. Even his felony record for domestic violence and strangulation. Even Daniel, according to prosecutors, Daniel was part of the attempt to break through the barricade and set door, pleading guilty to resisting police officers and remains in custody after Trump's pardon on possession of child sexual abuse materials. Charges brought in 2024. Shane Jason Woods pleading guilty to assaulting police and a press photographer after Trump's pardon.
What is that floating out there?
Multiple counts, including reckless homicide and driving under the influence in 2022. Theodore Middendorf pleading guilty to destruction of government property on January 6th. He was previously sentenced in 2024 to 19 years in prison for sexually assaulting a 7-year-old and remains in prison. Taylor Toronto was convicted of several crimes related to January 6th, including possession of an unregistered firearm. He was arrested in 2023 for illegal gun possession and making a threat to blow up the National Institute of Standards and Technology and was convicted this May.
Guessing squidding for some kind or something else.
Or picketing in a Capitol building on January 6th. He was arrested in May for stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of industrial copper wire. This one's funny. Facing charges of burglary, grand theft, and possession of stolen property. Okay, this one's just a crackhead. Let him go, you know. Zachary Halem. Halem was sentenced to 8 years in prison for his role in the insurrection after Trump's party was arrested.
Or is that a rabbit?
Arrested in May for an alleged home invasion and theft.
There is something floating out there, and if it don't despawn by the time I get done with this, I'm gonna swim out and grab it.
Killed by cops in subsequent stops where they were like resisting arrest and shit. And it's like, to be fair to the insurrectionists, if you fight cops with your fist and you crush their skulls, and then the president literally offers you a public pardon, you're gonna think you can do that again to cops, I suspect. And it turns out you can't do that to cops outside of the Capitol Police, at the behest of the then President
see what the hell is bobbing up and down in the water.
Following a cop, like I'm
Okay, yep, let's go through. Whee! Was it a mirage? I thought I saw something bobbing out here. Did it finally oh, it was probably an animal got stuck in that.
I want to see what the magician has to say. What is he going to pull out of that hat?
Thanks for coming. I really just more want to get an understanding. When you say faux criminal, what do you mean?
I mean that when confronted with people who've committed criminal acts, Donald Trump has been either soft on them, friendly with them, pardoned them, and of course, let's not forget, the 575,000 come up earlier. He's a convicted criminal himself, sitting in the White House.
I want to make sure I understand you correctly because I don't want to involve it. You're saying every time.
Oh God, every single one of these. I guess Jubilee is self.
It's oops all through, bro.
But this level of debate pervertry is so gross. It's like, I don't want to comment. But can you define your premises, please? It's like, be normal, dude. What is this like? Incredibly soy. There's nothing more soy than being a Reddit debate guy, okay? And every single one of these guys has that exact same tendency. Much to consider for all the liberals, okay, in the chat, who also behave in this exact same way.
Time that he thinks about this.
Not everybody.
Most times. Most times.
A lot of them.
A lot of times, yeah. He's leaning forward to the black activity.
That is a criminal activity. He has been tried. He's criminal indicted for criminal offences in 4 different jurisdictions by 5 different grand juries. He was convicted himself on 30
I don't care about this.
elements. He knows more information than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Intriguing. Yeah.
You're just complaining because you've never grounded your moral axioms? Yeah, exactly. I just happen to be morally lucky and consistently find myself on the right side of history and morality. If only I had grounded my moral axioms so I could prevent Israel genocide.
Surrounded in Town podcast. Available wherever you listen. Search.
Oh my God. Can't wait to listen to this in podcast form. Oh, this guy looks gross. I can't wait.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you. Man, you love to meet me.
Okay, I just want to say, I have no idea what's about to happen, but I will say this. Why do they have this kind of energy? This is White Drew Pavlov, by the way. He also kind of looks like Randy Fine in his youth. Like, he's got the Randy Fine body before he really let himself go. You know what I mean? A perfect hog. Perfectly rotund. Can someone tell me why they have this, like, weird energy where it's like, buckle up, buckaroo. It's time for you to get a lesson in epic meltdown. It's like, why? Why are they like this? Why are they all like this? What happened? Why? Why are they so corny? They must have spent too much time on the computer, I assume, right? Like look at this. Look at his facials. Look at his attitude. Like, pleasure to meet you, my good sir. Time for an epic ownage.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards,
Yeah. Oh, everybody likes me.
in regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us. That when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography.
Mhm.
And making children and women victimized. Making women
That's your number one gripe, bro? Jesus, that's weird. I'm sorry, that's a real weird way to enter the conversation. Man, Zoomers are unsalvageable. So cooked. pornography. I'm like, why are you this invested? Very strange thing to make your like primary cause. Like, hello, nice to meet you. I'm the anti-pornography guy. It's like, why is this in your mind so much?
Children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed. What? I think that
Wow, dude, no, absolutely not.
wait, what?
Dude, blasphemy needs to be allowed because otherwise I can't even fucking talk. Oh, bruh, I think the world's round. Blasphemy? That goes against the Bible, sir. That's insane.
I'm watching. Bring him out right now, dude. I'm sorry, I'm locked in.
Really revealing of the modern conservative mindset. I appreciate you spelling it out. So,
Processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So, quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good. I think he should go further.
So, I'm sorry, but isn't this just like what people thought Sharia law is? Like being anti-blasphemy? What are you, a medieval peasant? Like, what are you saying? Like, isn't this literally what they think is happening in like Muslim countries, but they just like want to do it Christian style? And in more often than not, in more cases than not, like it's not even happening in said Muslim countries.
this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. I appreciate you spelling it out. So, just check. You support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay. Surprised. I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do. You quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and
Whenever it's in your favor.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So the Democrats do the same when they're in office.
No, absolutely not.
So you don't believe in democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not.
Wow.
Wait, what?
This dude's a parody, right? Y'all, we ain't that good. We ain't that far gone, right? I think it should be the Catholic Church directs America. No. Absolutely. I will die fighting that, sir. No.
I don't think that these guys want.
Get the fuck off stage. No. Damn. For the record, if there happens to be any Catholics watching this in the future, I got nothing against you, but can we all agree that when we find a pedophile, I don't care what Jesus thinks, the pedophile needs to be kept the fuck away from children? I'm just saying, can we all agree on that? So we can all agree on that, hell yeah, we can rock on. Oh my god.
So, how do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to
Also, quit saying quite frankly every 2 words. It sounds like it's your comfort word.
these far-right conservatives today, by the way.
Oh god, it's like, quite frankly again.
Well, actually, guys, I have quite some of the people who don't make the cut from what I actually do.
Hold on for a minute. I do think that there are people who have to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far states in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you. I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white.
How does the United States?
I don't understand. How can you be like? How can you call yourself pro-America and be Catholic? Like, this is the lost nationalist country. We were ruthless to the Catholics for a while. Like, it's just like, what Bro is on some team, and I don't know what team it is. Because like when JFK became president, it was a big deal. Okay. Also, by his own estimation, Biden is the best possible president because he was Catholic. Like, what kind of? I don't know what he's talking about. What the? I guess like for him, this fantastical Catholic movement is going to be like the best possible way to bring about fascism.
I mean, not so on topic, but how does the United States look like under you? So what's your name?
My name is, well, my name's Connor. Pleasure meeting you.
Took a little bit of it out there.
Oh, well, I Connor pseudonym online.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite this guy's in this mindset. He's one of the workers that got to hang out with Mr. Fuentes. Just a glory for self-identified fascists making the rounds
Big fan of the Nazis.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that, but
What about the persecution of the Jews?
Wow, that was the one L for the Nazis. They persecuted the church a little bit.
well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews.
I think that there was a little bit of persecution. So
Yeah,
that
that
was
rename
bad.
this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
No, this is a Republican. This is the Young Republican. This is the Young Republican movement. He said a little bit. Oh, you said 6 million equals a little? Dog, his is not. He is not. He is trying to, not so subtly, imply that it wasn't 6 million. That's what he's trying to say.
Hey, what can I say?
He didn't say anything that would have slapped it too.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Look how happy he is to be like, I'm a fascist. I'm a fascist. Ah, what are you gonna do about it? It's like, dude, I'm telling you, these people, when they're not in these limited environments, if they were to talk like this in like a random dive bar in the most right-wing town in the United States of America, they would get their ass beat, okay? Like they would, even in a Nazi bar, they probably beat the out of this guy for being too much of a nerd, okay? But like in any other bar where they're like watching Fox News, average conservative, super right wing, very racist, they would beat the doors off of this dude. 100%. Straight up, dude. I'm a fascist. Ah, like no shot. How do you reconcile that with saying this is the average young Republican? I mean, I'm exaggerating when I say this is the average young Republican, but there are a lot of prominent, like, people who self-identify as, like, young Republicans in the young conservative movement do operate like this, for sure, but they're not the most, like, they're not the average. They're not even close to being, like, normal Republicans in general. This is just the online face, unfortunately, of this movement.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is. You know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that one.
No, really, you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats,
Are you
they were
in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns. He killed priests.
What about children he killed and women he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He just
He
happened
only
to.
killed combatants. So you're
Fact check by Sans. Franco and his forces killed or executed 150,000 people. Liberal Republic. He never killed any. He didn't kill people. He killed communists. Like that shit goes hard in whatever Discord server you are in. But like in the real world, when you say stuff like that, people are like, it's weird.
He only killed combatants.
never killed any innocent
The white terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think your position allows anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm
Yeah, COVID messed us up hard, huh?
which would have probably softened some of the edges. And he spent all of that literally in Nick Fuentes' Discord group. And this is the outcome. Now you release him into the wild, and he's like, yeah, I'm a fascist. Did I own you? Ah! Did I? Did I destroy you? Why are you so triggered? I'm a fascist. It's like, nah, man, you're fat. That's what you are. First and foremost, sorry. I fat shaming. I apologize. Like, you look like a baby, like an overgrown baby. LARPing is a loser, quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay, well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really care about being, yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi is the whole thing. I care about being the right
Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco.
Well, yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And you
thing,
don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What are you
democracy.
doing here at a televised debate?
This is democracy. Don't put a debate.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be
Julie is normalizing fascism and you're signal boosting it though. Dr. Felipe, for the longest time, I have not watched any Jubilee videos. Do you think the cat's out of the bag with this one, considering that it came out yesterday and it already has 3.2 million views? Like, honestly, I understand where you're coming from, but do you feel like maybe if a video reaches 3.2 million views over the course of not even 24 hours, perhaps there is a reason for why it's reached that level? So now it's like, unfortunately, a part of the political discourse. You and every other political streamer should boycott it from a moral perspective. You're right. We should just close our eyes to this thing that is moving and shaking discourse online. It's not a platform video. If YouTube allowed gore and a video hit 2 million views, would you watch it? If a video in and of itself was driving political discourse and it had gore in it, yes, I would at least talk about it. I wouldn't be able to show it within the terms of service, but yeah, of course I would talk about it. What kind of idiotic argument is this? Why are you trying to debate lord me? Obviously, the reason why I have to know
Alright, y'all, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. It's been real fun, but the sun's starting to come up real bright here. I'm gonna try to get a breakfast out and take care of, well, I've already fed the animals, but I'm gonna try to get myself a breakfast and go ahead and get some of the cleanup started. Y'all be good, and we'll be back on here a little bit later for either a Saints Row, Assassin's Creed, or maybe a midday Minecraft stream. Who knows? These never really do that great, but I also can't really have anybody on to play right now. Once I can actually get a server or whatever it is to get the game where y'all can play with me, I will. But for the moment, you know, we're in the middle of a recession, y'all. It's kind of hard to afford the $10 cap for play. But y'all be good, and we will see you on the next one. Sorry, this one was a bit of a slow one, but we had a full fun day yesterday, and we got a good little bit of building done on here, it feels like. Alright, y'all. Be good, and we'll see you later. Remember, don't be a fascist. All Nazis are pieces of shit with shit-filled pants. Don't be like them. Be better. You are better. And we'll see you next time, y'all. Be good. Endure and survive together.